Okay, welcome back everyone. Josh Weber here with Big Red Jelly. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that I feel personally very passionate about. And it is how to transform your website from a digital doormat into an online powerhouse that helps your business grow. I feel like websites now, you hear the term website, it's almost like an archaic old term, right? It's not as sexy as cryptocurrency or TikTok or an Instagram or, even Instagram and Facebook now, are falling behind, desperately in relation to TikTok and some of these other newer technologies, I guess is what I'm referring to. But let it not be mistaken, a website is a tried and true platform that you own and you are autonomous with. I believe so strongly that a website is so important for any serious growing business. So today, though, we're going to dive into 10 very practical points on how to transform your website from a digital doormat to that online powerhouse, that machine that helps grow your business. Now, let's dive into it. So the first thing, though, that I want to express is, and I say this all the time, especially to small business owners, entrepreneurs who have a website, is the vast majority of the time, we tend to overestimate its marketing capabilities, okay? And we underestimate its operational capabilities. Now, I'm talking about the website here, right? Again, I'm going to say that one more time. We overestimate its marketing, advertising, and sales capabilities greatly sometimes, and we underestimate its operational capabilities. In other words, how many of you have launched a website for yourself and you work so hard on it and then you go live and you're very excited and then really nothing happens? For maybe days or weeks or even months, nothing happens. No leads, just spam comes through into your email inbox, right? You're expecting these leads to be pouring in. That's not uncommon. That's not uncommon. There are millions of websites out there, right? And your website really is only as good as how much traffic you're sending to it. Now, that's a whole separate conversation about how we can increase conversion rates. But today's video is really going to be on that second half that I just described, which is we underestimate its operational capabilities. So if you focus on its operational positives that it can bring to your business, I promise you it's going to save you time. It's going to please your clients. It's going to impress upcoming clients. It's going to impress your partners. It's going to make onboarding easier. It's going to be a better platform for your team. It's going to be a better hiring. I mean, I could keep going, but make that the priority. And trust me, over time, as your SEO builds, as your company reputation builds, as your skills build, as your traffic builds, it will start to transform into that marketing and sales tool. Now, again, that's a whole other conversation. But again, I'm going to go over these 10 steps, 10 things that I think every website should have. And it would be hard to convince me otherwise. So number one is a CRM, okay? Customer Relationship Manager or management tool. You've got to have one. Now, what is a CRM? You've probably heard of some of these tools: Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, Infusionsoft, Constant Contact, right? Even these email platforms that have evolved these days into CRMs like MailChimp, for example, or even WordPress plugins that have kind of evolved, in my opinion, to become CRMs like Gravity Forms, etc. Calendly, in my opinion, is even could be considered a CRM these days. But a CRM is, in my definition, is a software, is a platform, is a tool that gathers all of your contact information and stores it in one place so that then you can have that asset that is arguably one of the most important assets for your business, right? The contact information of the people who are doing business with you or want to do business with you or may do business with you in one centralized location, so you can then do an email campaign, you can reach out to them, you can see if they've contacted you before. It's just so important. You don't want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years into your business and not have a CRM and then look back at just how much lost opportunity there was because leads and contacts and all this organization just falls through the cracks. It's just not a good idea. So kind of going along with that popular phrase, build it and they will come. You got to build your website as if you are getting tons of traffic. In my opinion, you've got to do that, right? You've got to integrate a CRM. So I've got 2 CRMs that I recommend. A little bias here, but my high budget recommendation is HubSpot. That's what we use here at Big Red Jelly. It's super powerful. As you can see here, this is our website. I'm going to be using this as an an example, but we use HubSpot for just about all the CRM stuff that you see here. So for example, we get a live chat. We've got our request a quote form down here. Okay, these are all embedded HubSpot forms. Our schedule a consultation, if I click on this and it opens up the embedded online calendar that goes straight to our biz dev team, is also HubSpot. It tracks the analytics. It does all of that. So HubSpot is our CRM. For a lower budget, easier to use CRM, I highly recommend Constant Contact. I'm really impressed at what they're doing. So you might say, okay, well, how do I connect a CRM with my website? Well, that depends on the CRM, but start with the basics. And I start with just make sure that your contact forms, your request a quote forms, any form that's on your website, make sure those are embedded CRM forms directly from your CRM, or you can use a plugin if you're using WordPress, for example, that just make sure that anyone who fills out a form on your website, that contact information is feeding into your CRM, okay? Oftentimes a CRM, when you log in there, will have step-by-step documentation on how to then connect that CRM with a WordPress site, Wix, Shopify, whatever it is, right? Then you can look into next steps. Some of these CRMs can do like marketing automations, right? You could start to build out nurturing campaigns. You could add live chat. You could add an embedded online calendar. A lot of these cool kind of secondary marketing campaigns, but again, or marketing automations rather. But again, my first recommendation is make sure that any contact companies that are sharing, if I'm a potential lead and I share my email, my phone number with you, I want information, that should all go into one central database that is your CRM. I'm moving way too slow, so I'm gonna go a little bit faster. So number one, CRM. Number two, the brand, okay? Take your brand seriously, right? Or people won't take you seriously. So are your colors consistent? Are your fonts consistent? Do you have a brand? I'm talking about in terms of design right now, but also your messaging, right? Your copy. What words are you using? What's the voice, right? Our voice here at Big Red Jelly, our brand voice, is clear, confident, collaborative. If we read through our copy, do I get those emotions, okay? A brand really matters. I don't care if you're a solopreneur or you're a large corporation, the brand is important. It's got to feel consistent. It's got to feel industry specific. It's got to be catered to your ideal client or customer, or you're just setting yourself up for unsatisfied, low results in future marketing campaigns. Your conversion rates are not going to be where they should be. Okay, so create a brand. Create that brand, look at your website, and ask yourself if it's on brand. Okay, so branding's got to be there. Some of these things are pretty straightforward, but I promise you the latter half here are some interesting ideas that might change your perspective on what a website is, okay? Number three is original content. Okay, we work with a lot of clients where that's the biggest hurdle. That is the biggest hurdle for a new website or a revamped website or an improved website is original content. I would rather have a slightly blurry, subpar, not perfectly lit original photo of you and or your team or your office or your service or your product than stock photography. People have gotten so good now at just recognizing what's stock and what's not. It's so funny. I'll be on websites and I see the same photos now time and time and time. I know where they get them from, right? So whenever possible, get original photography. And in today's day and age, it does not have to cost an arm and a leg. Find a family member, find an employee, use your iPhone. The cameras that are in these iPhone these days are to very few. Get some original photos. It makes a tremendous difference. If I actually see your team and I actually see your work, okay, instead of stock, immediately that barrier between me and you has broken down a little bit, right? If I'm seeing, the classic stock families running through the meadows and everyone's happy, think of a pharmaceutical advertisement, right? They're all the same. I immediately, my eyes glaze over. I'm so done. I'm so over these pharmaceutical ads. There's like, who's running these things, right? It's just so conservative. It's silly. Get some original photos. Trust me, it will make a big difference. Original content. I don't just mean photos. I mean copy. I mean if you've got mock-ups, products, etc. Make it original, even if it's not perfect. Okay, number 4, now we're going to get into some interesting stuff, is what I like to call show-off pages. Okay? Show off on your website. That's the whole point. This is your resume to other businesses or to customers, right? Now's your chance to show off. right? So what are show-off pages in my opinion? Testimonial pages, it's kind of the bare minimum. Portfolio pages, we'll look at what ours looks like. And then case studies, right? Now, preferably you have all three. And when I say testimonials, people already think like written testimonials. Video testimonials, try to get video testimonials, try to get, pulled testimonials. And then again, going along the show-off pages, try to create a portfolio. Show off your work. That's why people are here, okay? Show off your work. It's not going to be perfect at first, but show people what you do. Show people what you're all about. Take pride in your work and show it off on your website. Case studies are great too. These are different levels, right? Testimonials are usually quick and easy, okay? Portfolio is a little bit more in-depth. Case studies are very much in-depth, right? So people really want to see how you took a customer or client project from A to B. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5 is what I call content-rich pages. This is going to be your blog. This is going to be resources pages, which we'll talk about in a second. These are great for keeping your website fresh, keeping your website interesting, and also is phenomenal for SEO. And what a lot of small business owners, I realize, forget to do is content-rich pages are a great way to just have a centralized, again, database of all of your stuff, right? You don't own your Facebook page, whether you want to believe that or not. You don't own your Instagram. That could disappear tomorrow, okay? You don't own any of the content on your TikTok, believe it or not. So you should be putting some version of your content, your expertise, what you know and love to talk about in your professional space on your website where you have ultimate control. Okay, and then you can slice and dice these pieces and share them on various social media platforms. What a lot of people forget too is that they think blog, they think it's all written. I'm not a good writer. Who says it has to be mostly written? It could be a step-by-step, kind of visual. It could be a graphic that's on there, but just a short written summary underneath it. I do advise you to have some type of short, executive summary in written form. Again, great for SEO, but have a blog. Have a blog where you can send people for more information. You'll be surprised how much traffic it will pick up over time. Okay, number 6, offer something for free. Optimally, you want to connect this to your CRM. So let's say you've got a guide or an ebook or a graphic or an assessment or a quiz, something that you can turn into a PDF or something that could be emailed to them. In return, you get their contact information. It's just a really gentle online agreement. Hey, you're interested in what I have to say. I would love to send this to you. Put your email and name here and it will automatically be sent to you. Again, very easy to set up in your CRM. We're happy to walk you through that if you have any questions. But offer something for free. We're big fans here at Big Red Jelly of, look, we don't have any type of veil over what we do here. There's no magic. There's no smoke and mirrors. We'll tell you exactly the tools that we use, the themes that we use, the process it's all out here. It's all here because we really believe that the customers that you want to do business with are going to realize the value and say, I want you to walk me through this anyway. I want to pay you. There's too many small businesses out there that think that it's just so proprietary. People don't care. They're not going to go do this on their own. So they're going to realize you as the expert and pay you to do it, right? A great example of this is HubSpot. They just offer so much free stuff. So many, their academies are free. They're downloadables. There's hundreds of downloadables that they offer because they know that they are thought leaders in the CRM space and they know that when you're ready, you will think about them, right? Okay, so offer something for free. Number 7, clear CTAs. I cannot express this enough. We're getting a little bit more detailed here. So many websites where I just don't know what they want me to do, right? At the end of the day, we want to feel like we're making our own decisions, but we also kind of want to be guided in the right direction. So just have a really clear, consistent, concise call to action. Request a quote here. You can have secondary calls to action. This is another video. We might call these transition calls to action or secondary calls to action. One is, hey, really quick, I want to quote now. Another one might be a little bit different. I'm ready for a call now. These are different. By the way, about 1.5 years ago, we only had schedule a consultation because I assumed that is what people wanted to do, is that they wanted to hop on a call, right? Who wants to fill out a quote form? But then I thought, let me just try putting a quote form in here, and we started getting, we had 0 leads. We maybe got 1 or 2 a month, and then we went to 5, 6, 7, 8 a week. Because people in the B2B high ticket space do tend to prefer, hey, I don't want to have a call right now where I'm pitched, I just want to send my information here. And let's see what they come up with. Then I will decide. And it's really worked. So these little changes can improve your website. Okay, number 8. I'll move a little bit faster here. Again, I am shocked, especially in the small business community, how many of these websites try to mirror big box. Like, oh, I'm an e-commerce. I want to look like Amazon. I want to be like Walmart. I want to be like Apple. No, I don't want a team page. I don't want them to see how small my team is. I want them to think I'm big. Don't do that. Be authentic. Personal brands, the numbers do not lie. Personal brands will outperform your small business brand, whether you want to accept that or not. I've got plenty of stats I can put in the notes here, wherever, reach out to me. But we came to this conclusion several years ago at Big Red Jelly, and particularly the last 6 months, we really want to empower the personal brands here. Again, we want to break down that wall, that barrier between the website visitor and me. I want them to meet me before meeting me. I want them to be able to click here and see what I'm all about and put a face to a business. That's something that you have that's unique as a small business owner or entrepreneur that, Jeff Bezos can't hop on a call with everyone who wants to do business with AWS, right? But you can, or someone on your team can, or within a couple levels can. That's powerful. So that should be represented on your website. The Our Team page on our website is the second most visited page on our website. People will visit these pages more often than our services. They want to see who they're working with before they even learn about how we do the work. So put pages, invest in the personal brands of your team. Trust me. So at Big Red Jelly here, we still have some edits to make, as you can see, but we want to link to everyone's portfolios. We've got their signatures on here. We want to empower their kind of entrepreneurial spirit so that people can come here and say, Chloe's going to be my brand strategist. Oh, she's a muralist. Where is she from? What does she like to do? What are her specialties? What are some testimonials specific to her? Oh, cool. Let me go check out her website, her portfolio over here, chloehoy.com, shout out, right? We want to empower that at Big Red Jelly, and I encourage you to do as well with the people on your team. Now, you don't have to do it with everyone on your team. A lot of times I get that question, we have so much turnover. Try and get a team photo at least, because a bunch of people in one photo, you don't have to change that all the time. And then try to at least have your leadership that you know is going to be there for several years. I think that's the minimum. Okay, finally, last 2 items here. Number 9, resources. Okay, this is where we start to turn your website into an operational powerhouse. Think about all the times you're networking or you're at an event or at a conference or you're on a call with a client and they say, hey, can you send me this? Can you send me that? Do you have more information on this? Ooh, I want to learn more. Great. Go to bigredjelly.com/resources. I've got it all there for you. Why is that different than just emailing it to them? Well, because now you're sending them into your website to, again, just immerse themselves one more time in your brand, right? One more time, they're going to come into your website and who knows? They might say, ooh, I didn't know they did that thing. But it's just another touch point where your brand is in front of a partner, colleague, employee, team member, current client. Everyone thinks it's all about getting customers, through the website. Sure. But don't forget to transform your website into this place that your current customers and clients can go to for more information. So apply that in your own industry, right? Let's say you're a tax prep company. You've got all these step-by-steps on how to prepare taxes. You've got onboarding forms. You've got questions and answers. You've got all these docs that you've saved. Put those on your website and make it a real simple URL, right? joshstaxes.com/resources. And I'm sending that out whenever someone has a question, sending them back into my website, sending them back into my brand. Okay. Lastly, this kind of feeds into number 10, which is look at your client or customer onboarding or experience, right? This might be more applicable for B2B, and ask yourself if there are steps in that process that could be inputted into your website. So something that we're working on here at Big Red Jelly, for example, is we have a discovery phase, and part of that phase is that we have a custom questionnaire. It's pretty neat. It's got videos and photos and helps us get an idea of their desired brand and aesthetic and website. But instead of just sharing a Google Doc, we're going to embed our Typeform, which is the technology that we use for that form, into our website. Again, like the resources. So we're sending our clients back into this more immersive experience. Say, hey, please fill out the brand discovery questionnaire. Here it is, bigredjelly.com/questionnaire. They go in, boom. And we've started to see a lot of the cross traffic that happens from there, where they land on that page, but then they want to go visit the team again. Oh yeah, who's my brand strategist? I want to go learn more about him or her, right? So consider your operations and your onboarding and your offboarding and your resources and see if you can add those to your website. So instead of just attaching those in an email, you're sending a link and you're just sending clients back into this immersive brand experience. Again, it will transform your website. So I hope this was helpful, you guys. A website can be a powerful, automated extension of your team. It's an additional sales rep. it's an additional marketer, it's an additional ops person, it's an onboarding specialist, it's an offboarding specialist, it's a brand specialist. It can be all these things as long as we just shift our perspective. It's not all about getting leads through a website. It can be an immersive brand experience that elevates that experience for your clients and customers. So take pride in your website, invest the time and the resources to bring it up to the level that it deserves to be. And I promise you'll see these changes happen for your business. It's going to make your life easier. That's it, you guys. We're going to dive into more details about website, branding, online tools, marketing. That's what we do here at Big Red Jelly. We brand and build cool stuff online. So stay tuned. And if you have any ideas or questions, please let me know, comment below, or shoot us a quick message through our website. There you go. Thank you.